What is up, guys? My name is David and I am back again with another video. And today I want to talk to you about how to deal with peer pressure on a raw vegan diet.
Every single day, I'm gonna make something great.
Yeah, so if you're new here to my channel, again, my name is David. I make videos about raw veganism, about style, fashion, and things like that. So if you're interested in those topics, I want to encourage you to go ahead and subscribe down below so that you can be updated with more videos like this and on to the video. There's 6 different ways that I've come up and chosen how to deal with peer pressure on a raw vegan diet, and I'm going to just go ahead and jump right into them. The number one thing that you want to do is you want to be able to eat before you go to any event. Like personally, I don't really go to events or things like that. I kind of I'm a homebody, but if you're not like me and you like to go to outings and things like that, you want to make sure that you're satiated before you go to an event, because the thing is if you don't make sure that you are full and stuff like that, you will be tempted, because when you go to a place, and especially a family event and things like that, like a family reunion, a holiday event, there's going to be plenty of food there, and a lot of that food you probably will want. Most likely you will want to eat it, because these are foods that, again, that we grew up eating and for years and years and years. So it's basically, it's foolish to think that your body is not going to desire these foods even after you become raw vegan. So you have to mentally prepare yourself and also be physically full before you go to an event. The next thing you want to do is you want to take food while you're traveling. I'm going to give you a perfect example. Just a week ago, I was at the airport and I forgot my bananas. I had a bunch of bananas that I was going to take with me while I was traveling, and I forgot them at home. So I ended up hungry, of course, at the airport, obviously, and I was there a couple of hours. So I ended up walking to one of the food stands, and I seen that they had a bunch of bananas laying in a basket. So I went over to ask the lady, yo, how much are these bananas? And she looked at me right in my face and she told me they're $2. I said, what? $2? And I'm thinking maybe, well, it's $2 a pound. She looked at me and said, no, it's $2 for one banana. I was hurt to my heart. Do you hear me? So I ended up actually buying about 6 of them. And that was the worst I ever felt buying any food. So you definitely don't want to end up like that. Take food with you where you go when you travel, so that way you don't have to either do spend a ridiculous amount for some bananas at an airport, or B, buy some more convenient cheap foods that are going to totally set you back on your diet. The number 3 thing that I want to talk about is you want to be able to firmly shut people down who try to offer you foods that are out of line with what you consume. And I don't mean to shut the people down who don't know any better, who don't understand what kind of diet you're on. I mean shut the people down who know full well and who you have told and explained that you are eating a raw vegan diet. When those people, which they will, try to offer you things just to tempt you, you want to be able to shut them down. The thing is this: nobody's going to respect what you do like you respect what you do. So you have to make people respect you or remove them out of your space. I mean, it's just that simple. I know it sounds harsh, but the reality of it is your health is harsh. Your goals are harsh. These are things that you need to bring to the forefront. And if somebody wants to take you backwards, you have to see that as if they're waging war on your health, because essentially that's exactly what it is. I mean, there's ways that you can do it, especially with family members. That's a loving way. But the reality of it is you still want to be firm. Say, hey, no, I don't eat like that. Please don't offer me that again. That's not what I'm doing. And I feel like you're crossing the line. Things like that. I mean, you just got to let people know, because if you don't let them know, they'll continue to do it over and over again until either A, you give in to the temptation, or B, you end up snapping and exploding on them. And you don't want to do that. So you definitely want to handle it right then and there, so it doesn't become a bigger issue in the future. The next thing I want to talk about is to have go-to meals. I talked about this in one of my previous videos. If you haven't seen those videos, I want to encourage you to go back and watch those. They're very informational. But you want to have go-to meals, because the thing is there's always a time when you get tempted so much, especially during the beginning stages, that you might just give in and go get something that's probably not even vegan, you know, something like some meat or fast food burger or something like that. But the way to combat that I've found and that I've learned, I can't remember where I learned it at, but it actually is effective, is you want to have a go-to meal that's raw vegan. Like for me, I have this fruit called durian, and when I eat just one bite of it, which I usually probably eat way more than that, but anyway, if I eat some durian, I know for a fact that I'm going to be fully satisfied, and I'm not going to want to eat those foods that I so desperately crave, like for me, that's French fries and things like that. So yeah, have that go-to meal so that way you can have that in place when you get too tempted, and just go ahead and eat that. You know, even if it's a little fatty or things like that, anything is better than going backwards. The next thing I want to talk about is following like-minded people. There's plenty of people out here who've been on this diet for years and years and years. And this is sort of my motivation. There's a guy in specifically that I'm thinking of. His name is Dr. Aris Latham. He's been doing the diet for more than 30 years. This guy's 70 something years old. And he moves around better than I do. So the thing is there's definitely people out there that will keep you motivated. And that's important, because when you're in a world where everybody is going with the current and you're the only one that's going against the grain, it's going to make you feel left out and alone sometimes. I mean, probably most of the time. But the thing is you got to find people who are like-minded, so that way you don't feel that way as much. The last thing that I want to talk about is ads. You want to watch out for ads. And that's sort of a broad topic to discuss, but I'm just going to get into the basics of it. You want to watch out for ads. You want to watch out for when you're scrolling down your Facebook or Instagram or YouTube feed, seeing so many different people posting pics of their meals that you know that you don't want to eat. These things can entice you and lead you astray. I actually was dealing with that today and had to catch myself and get off of Instagram because I was being tempted. The thing is if you find yourself being tempted by ads, you want to definitely withdraw yourself. The thing is, you want to be conscious. You want to know what's going on. It's more so about knowing what you're feeling at that moment than actually anything else. So another thing is, you could be walking down the street and it's not uncommon for you to walk 2 blocks and pass up 6 different fast food restaurants. And when things like that happens, especially when you get the smelling the foods and things like that, that can take you backwards. So you want to definitely know what you're doing and where your temptation points are and how to combat them on this raw food diet, or you will not succeed. That's just the plain truth of it. Have a plan, stick to it, and follow people who are like-minded that are going to keep you motivated on this diet. My name is David. This has been a video on how to deal with peer pressure on the raw vegan diet. If you enjoyed, I want to go ahead and encourage you to like, comment, subscribe, and go ahead and hit that notification bell down below so that I can update you with more videos just like this. Thank you.